So why do bass follow divers around? Well, I like to think it's because they like us. And they do, because they've figured out that we usually provide an easy lunch. Divers tend to knock over rocks and logs and all kinds of things as we move around on the bottom. Sometimes we even move things intentionally. And the bass's favorite food, crayfish, like to hide under stuff. Some of our small native fish, like catfish and sculpin, they know better than to dart away. They've learned their best defense is to stay very still, try to blend in, and hope they escape notice. When the round goby arrived, everything went out of whack. The gobies competed with crayfish for holes and hiding places, and basically they won. The gobies also love to eat fish eggs and small fish, and they're very aggressive feeders. 15 years after they arrived, we were getting worried. Each year, there seemed to be fewer and fewer native fish and crayfish, and so of course then there were less big fish like the bass. It took a couple generations of bass, or about 20 years, before we noticed the shift. And that's when bass figured out that gobies taste really good. And of course by that point there was plenty to eat. 5 years later, the bass are huge and the gobies are on the run. As bottom fish, gobies are the perfect prey for bass. With an instinct to dart away from danger, gobies make good sport for schools, or as we like to refer to them, hunting packs of bass. The gobies no longer have carte blanche. Instead, they're the daily special on the menu. The open season on gobies is paying off with record-breaking bass. I've heard that every day our local fishermen toss back fish that would be trophy mounted in other parts of the country. I can believe it. I've dove with some really nice bass in the past few years. Crayfish are still a little hard to find, but we have seen quite a few pregnant females in the last few years, and that's a really good sign that they're making their slow comeback too. The round goby invasion has been a long and at times uncertain process. Here in the St. Clair River, at least for now, it seems the bass are helping to create a new balance. And I get my own entourage on every dive.